Hello, and thank you for watching this 2023 Black Empowerment Works video about applying as a collaborative. My name is Janae Bradley, and I'm the director of the Black-led social change team at United Way of Greater Cincinnati. Rounding out your Black Empowerment Works team are Jeremiah Pennebaker and Will Simpson. The Black-led social change initiative at United Way exists because we are compelled to hold space and provide resources to imagine and bring to life unencumbered, self-determined Black futures. One way that we do this is through our Black Empowerment Works grant program. We describe Black Empowerment Works as being more than just a grant for a couple of reasons. One, community members make the investment decisions. And two, we provide resources to community-based Black-led work that goes beyond just the grant funds provided, including opportunities to explore partnerships, build capacity, and more. We do all of this with the hopes of contributing to the ecosystem of support for Black social change makers. In this fourth cycle of Black Empowerment Works, we will invest $1.6 million. Our aim is to invest in a diverse portfolio of work representing different organizational structures from nonprofits to individuals, different focus areas, and communities. Grants will range from $4,000 to $40,000 for single entity applicants and up to $75,000 for collaborative applicants. We'll talk in more detail about that in just a moment. All applicants must meet our eligibility requirements, which we'll talk through briefly. Again, Black Empowerment Works is open to nonprofits, for-profit, social enterprises, community coalitions, and individuals. 5 things must be true. 1, the work must happen within the United Way of Greater Cincinnati 5-county service region, which includes Hamilton, Brown, and Claremont counties in Ohio, Dearborn and Ohio counties in Indiana, and Boone, Kenton, Campbell, and Grant counties in Kentucky. The work doesn't have to happen in all of these areas, but must happen in at least one. Our second criteria is Black leadership and labor. We define this as the majority of those empowered to make decisions on behalf of the group or work identify as Black. For organizations, that means 60% of the leaders, and for those with boards, at least 50% of the board. The work also must intentionally focus on supporting people who identify as Black, though not at the exclusion of others. Our third criteria is grassroots or community-based. We define this as those who are impacted by the issue or opportunity being addressed have a role in shaping the work. And these are likely smaller in operations, those left out of traditional grant processes. Community benefit is our fourth criteria, and we define this as the work providing to the vitality of the community and providing a broad base of benefit beyond what may be provided to any individual, group, or business. This is especially important for-profit organizations looking to apply. And finally, 5, the work must be actionable. We define actionable as producing measurable results within the grant cycle, which the first year will end September 2024. One application may be submitted per organization or body of work per year. And for the first 3 cycles of Black Empowerment Works, there was really one way to apply, and that was as a single entity applicant. And for that reason, it's our most common type of application that we receive. A single entity applicant is one where the applying individual, organization, or group will be the direct recipient of the grant funds, and they hold the majority of responsibility in carrying out the work as defined. So they are the lead in all of this work. It's not to say that this work may not be carried out in partnership with others. Perhaps there are organizations who help with recruitment or location. All of this can be true, but if the organization applying retains primary decision-making authority, the single applicant or single entity application is the most appropriate. As mentioned before, single entity applicants may request up to $40,000. And as a note, this application counts as that one application per year. While I'm on this topic, I do want to lift up, as the question has been asked, what if I am a member of multiple organizations? What we say is that so long as there are different leadership teams for those multiple organizations and they're carrying out very distinct different work, it is okay for your name to appear in multiple applications. But in this process, a question emerged. Someone asked us, what about organizations working closely together on one body of work? Are they only able to submit one application for $40,000, or should they submit separate applications with the hopes that one or multiple will be funded? With this question, we carved out a new opportunity within this grant cycle of applying as a collaborative. We'll talk about the process of doing that, but I want to start with our definition of collaborative because it is very specific. We define a collaborative as a mutually beneficial and well-defined relationship entered into by two or more organizations or groups to achieve a common body of work or goal. Three things must be true within a collaborative. One, there's shared decision-making and clearly defined roles. So no one organization has the authority to make all of the decisions. The second is shared resources. This may include shared staff or space or dollars, but some sort of sharing of resources. And finally, three, there's defined and shared outcomes, and all of the collaborative level partners are accountable and responsible for achieving those outcomes. A collaborative goes well beyond a traditional partnership, which may be more transactional. A good question to ask is if any one organization or group that's working within this body of work is not being funded, can the work be carried out? If the answer is no, applying as a collaborative may be an option. An important note, in order to apply as a collaborative, all collaborative level partners listed must meet the eligibility requirements for Black Empowerment Works, which we discussed a little bit earlier. If you do have an organization that you're collaborating with who doesn't meet that definition, applying as a single entity will likely be the choice that you will have to select. So how do you complete the application for a collaborative? It's actually pretty simple. It's the same application as a single entity with a slight twist. So one person or organization will serve as the collaborative lead. This person is going to be critical throughout the process. They're going to be the one that completes the eligibility form. They will serve as our primary point of contact to get updates, to get confirmation that we received an application. They will be the one that we reach out to schedule the applicant reviewer conversation midway through the process, and they will be the one who receives notice of our grant decision. It is important that this person understands that responsibility and communicates effectively to the rest of the collaborative level partners. For the eligibility questionnaire that you fill out and some of the organizational profile questions, the collaborative lead will answer that from the perspective of their organization. So when we ask for the organization name or the organizational structure, we are selecting nonprofit, for-profit, et cetera, and a couple of other questions, they should be answering those as their organization. So if you are the lead and you are a part of a nonprofit, your selection would be nonprofit. Beyond those limited questions, the rest of the application, inclusive of the program and Black-led information sections, should really capture the collaborative holistically. So throughout, you should be able to lift up who the leaders are across the collaborative, how they're contributing to the outcomes. They should be included within the budget and beyond. It should give an understanding of the work that you all are carrying out together. You do have the ability, once an account has been established for the organization or for the body of work, to add additional contacts so that you can all collaboratively work to complete this application. We actually encourage that. The only key difference within the Black Empowerment Works application for collaboratives is that those entities must submit a document of collaboration within the attachment section. This document should outline the roles and the current state of that collaboration. It should list out a commitment to sharing resources and more. This could look like a partnership agreement or an MOU, but we're really open to structure. For us, it's important that you all are indicating that you understand that you are working jointly together. Again, collaboratives can request up to $75,000. As a note, a collaborative application will count as the one application per year for any organization listed as a collaborative level partner. Those organizations will not have the ability to submit a separate application for their solo organization or body of work. Other important considerations about applying as a collaborative. One, you can have other partners beyond your collaborative level ones in the application. There is a question that asks to list any partners, and you can expand on that there. Two, there is not preference given automatically to collaboratives over single entity applicants. A strong single entity applicant has the ability to be selected over a less strong collaborative. Three, all collaborative members are expected to maintain a relationship with United Way throughout the process after the decisions are made. So we have regular touch points with the grantees that are selected, and we will expect that multiple representatives from the collaborative organizations will be present in those conversations and submitting that final report. Four, if your work is approved at a lower amount than requested, we will communicate with you and work together to modify the program. This is also true for organizations applying as single entities. And finally, a consideration to make: if you are looking to apply for the BI3 Health Equity Fund, which invests in work in youth mental health and birth equity, the collaborative lead must be a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Overall, there are some qualities of a strong application, whether they be single entity or collaboratives. Those include clarity, that the proposed work is easy to understand and is well defined; feasibility, that the budget and timeline and other information are clear and it's feasible or able to be carried out; capacity, that there's a demonstration that with funding and supports, there is sufficient power or sufficient resources to carry out the work as proposed. Four, impact, the work is able to produce measurable and meaningful results by September 2024. And finally, five, eligibility, that the work strongly aligns to our eligibility criteria and focus areas. We are here, the Black Empowerment Works team, to support you along your journey. We've held a series of workshops with a variety of different topics that you can see on the screen. Feel free to visit our website, uwgc.org/BEW apply, to see the recordings from those sessions. You also have the ability to schedule an unlimited number of question sessions. Those are defined as 30-minute meetings where you can ask specific questions about your work. You'll find the link to register for those on our website as well. You have the ability to call or email us. Our shared email box is black-led@uwgc.org, and our shared phone number is 513-762-7233. If we don't answer, please leave a voicemail and we'll respond within 24 hours. And finally, you have the ability to request a pre-submission review. So long as your application is completed at least 2 weeks prior to the deadline, you can send us an email, request a preliminary scan, and we'll give you some quick feedback based on questions that we believe reviewers will likely ask. Again, our role is to be of resource to you. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And if we have any new information, we'll be sure to update our FAQ section on our website. Thank you so much. Take care.